No, I haven't heard you. Good morning.
Good morning.
How is everybody?
Alright.
Karibuni sana to Profia Institute of Professionals. And here, today we have a very special day. That we have our guests from KASNEB who have come to formally and officially launch this as a KASNEB examination center. This is a special day for us, and we truly are grateful that you were able to come. We thank God that you arrived safely. Did you find the journey too long? Karibuni sana. So we want to start our program, and I want to. Is it good manners to ask the guests to pray? Did the guests come with the pastor? Okay, I will request that everybody stand so that we have a word of prayer. Then we can carry on. So let's pray. Gracious Heavenly Father, we are humbled before you to just thank you. We thank you for the privilege that is ours today. Members who are here, upon the director of Profia.
I want to introduce some of our members of the teaching and also the board. I know some of them are up and down, but those who are around. So we have CPA Paul Langa. CPA Paul Langa is one of our senior lecturers at Profia Institute. We have CPA Weekly for Kelo. For those, I know most of you don't interact with him. Most of the things happen in the background. He's the finance and admin manager of Profia Institute. We have CPA Willis. Willis is up and down, but he's a principal. I know he's just somewhere in within. We have him. I know he was speaking here, but most of you also don't know him. I also need to introduce him as one of them. He's the board chair of our Profia Institute. Dan Martin is here. We also have some board chairs, some board members who will be coming in the course of the day. They are still held up somewhere, but when they come, we'll ensure that we introduce them promptly. So I also have students from Gotokech Secondary School. They came here. We had some other schools that were to come, but because of the space, we thought let's start with those who are here. So we have them. We also have the students from Profia Institute. They are seated here. The CPA students, some of them. So I think that is what I was supposed to. If I'm to follow protocol, I think that is what I was doing. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Director. You know, finance people don't talk much. They only talk with money. So I will not ask him to talk beyond that. And at this point, I want to hand over to the KASNEB team to now lead the program henceforth with minimal input from us. Thank you.
Thank you. Talk for me. So the board of directors of this institute, the director, management, trainers, learners, and also you have told us that in our latest is students from one of our high school who are potential students and also KASNEB students. So and my colleagues, good morning. Is it morning or afternoon? Good morning. Yes. So we are happy to be here today as KASNEB in this county, you say county of expectation. Endless potential. Okay. I'm learning that for the first time today. Yes. So it's we thank you for the warm welcome. We feel at home already. So before we continue, I'm going to do a quick introduction of the team from KASNEB who are here with you today. So starting with myself, my name is Kiyen Chumo. I'm Director in charge of Research and Business Development at KASNEB. So we'll do introduction as we proceed.
Good morning, everyone. Yeah, my name is Beth Muraburi. I'm in Business Development and Partnership Division at KASNEB. Thank you.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Siwasikia wanafunzi mko na taa? Saa bado. My name is CPS Keke. I work for KASNEB in the Finance Department. Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm CS Joyce Afanda from Legal Services Division. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you? Edran Masesen from Business Development in Marketing. You think it's a hard thing, yeah? It's just for marketing. So I wish you all the best.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm TS Penina Duati from Curriculum and Test Development. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Irene Mutiso, serving in the CEO's office.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm James Mwangi Kuria from ICT Division.
My name is Stephen Matu. I'm in Curriculum and Test. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Alice Kerubo. I'm from Business Development.
Good morning.
Good
My
morning.
name is Eda Tayo. I'm from Administration Division.
Good morning. I am June Mozori from the Examination Processing Division.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Sarah Wambua from Business Development and Contact Center.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Winnie Gital from the Human Resource Management Division.
Good morning.
Winnie Moncha from Supply Chain Management Division.
Wilson Bai from Exam Processing.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
We're happy to be here and thank you for having us. My name is Dorothy Mugure from Examinations Management Division. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for the introductions. So we are here today to do a number of activities. One of them, of course, is to engage with you, the institute, the students, and also the potential students, so that we shall be able to understand and get feedback from you as our collaborators in various ways. So we have put up our program, which will include a brief overview of KASNEB, and then we are going to tell you about our products, the various qualifications which are offered at KASNEB, also including how we carry out our examinations, and then we will have somebody talking about KASNEB Foundation. I believe some of you have heard. If you have not heard about KASNEB Foundation, we are going to be engaged, and we're going to engage on that so that you get to understand what we offer at KASNEB Foundation. And then we'll have a session of questions and answers so that we can get feedback from you and respond to the questions. Also, later we are going to register students, those students who have not been registered in our biometric system. We are going to do registration immediately after this engagement. Again, we have an important event which will be addressed by our CEO, our Chief Executive Officer, Professor Nicholas Letting. So he will be joining us with some other colleagues in other activities within this county and this region. So we will have an activity of launching this center as an examination center. Profia Institute of Professionals as an examination center. So that one we'll do later when our CEO arrives. So that we progress, I'm going to invite my colleague Wakili Joyce to make an overview of KASNEB. So karibu Wakili.
So asante sana. How much time do I have? You know, if you give Wakili his time, no one else will present. Faidi kidogo shwari. Come to Homa Bay alafu nipae faidi. Na mchangamke. Sasa mkikunja sura now I get a bit scared. It's like I'm boring and all. So once again, my name is CS Joyce Afanda, and I'm sure each of us here has a name. Sindio? Yes. Kila mtu ako na jina ama kuna mtu wako ana jina? Everyone has a name, right? Yes. Good. The reason I'm saying that is because for you to have gotten that name, we are sure there's a day you were born, and then you got a birth certificate that has your name. So in bringing out the overview of KASNEB, I'm here to tell you about when KASNEB was born. It was in a month such as this, on 24th of July, 1969. But since, KASNEB is a person, of course, not a natural person, a legal person. It wasn't given a birth certificate. It was given, there's something that brought it into being, which is the Accountants Act. So you've had people in the National Assembly, Senate coming up with laws in Kenya. So the law that brought KASNEB into being is the Accountants Act, Chapter 531 of the laws of Kenya. Under Section 14, you find it establishing KASNEB, and that's how it came into being. But that came in 1977, so in law there's something called retrospective recognition. So it recognized that KASNEB was born on 24th July 1969, but the act is coming in 1977. Then we also have two other acts that recognize the establishment of KASNEB. That is the Investment and Financial Analysts Act and the Certified Public Secretaries of Kenya Act. So that is how KASNEB was born. So I've had a lot of people saying, I'm simply so and so, simply so and so. I know KASNEB mainly is known for its accounting qualification, but today KASNEB has evolved and has many other qualifications. We are examining in different fields, in finance, in procurement, IT, and my colleagues will take you through what other qualifications that KASNEB offers. Something else important about KASNEB is that although we are based in Kenya, we have global presence. So I always tell people, okay, this is like my first time to be in Homa Bay County. Don't be that kind of person who was born in Homa Bay County, raised in Homa Bay County, shule Homa Bay, umeolewa Homa Bay, watoto Homa Bay. Make sure you move around, and KASNEB will give you this opportunity, because once you enroll for our courses, wherever you are in Kenya or in the world, we have a presence there and you can sit for our examinations. Number two, once you finish high school, you can immediately join KASNEB. So don't be the person who's waiting, I'll join later. I remember when I finished high school, there was a 2-year break. But what I did, somebody had preached this gospel we're coming to preach today. So I immediately enrolled for a KASNEB course. So by the time I was joining campus, I was almost finishing my KASNEB course. I remember it was CPA.
and I was already working. So you see then, when you start looking for jobs and you hear people saying, we want 2 years experience, and you're like, but I've just finished campus, where do I get the experience? Nimewaibia siri. Start and doing your KASNEB course right now. By the time you're doing any other things, you already have your KASNEB qualification. So my colleagues will also tell you about what other qualifications we've offered. We start right from certificate level to post-professional level. It's also important to note, once you finish with KASNEB, we have sister institutions, so that knowledge you will gain from KASNEB will never be lost. I finished my CPS course a while back, but today I'm able to keep at par with people who are doing the CS course right now, because we have partner institutions such as the Institute of Certified Secretaries of Kenya that continuously develops our skills. So if there's a new thing in the market, then there's a program we are offered to continue training. But these are short courses, of course, like a week or so. If you are taking accounting, then we have the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Kenya that also continues to grow your professional skills in accounting. Then we also have one for investments and financial analysts. That's the Institute of Certified Investments and Financial Analysts that now continues to grow those people who will continue in that line of ISIFA. You'll also hear about the KASNEB Foundation, which is also an institution that KASNEB sort of owns, and they'll tell you more about it. In conclusion, because I was given 5 minutes, it's just to challenge you that once you qualify with our courses, you are able to work in different parts of this country, of course, and all over the world. Why? Because through those professional bodies, into something called mutual recognition agreements that will enable a person who qualifies in Kenya to work in those countries. So my challenge to you today is start distance future, and the distant future, it's now. Enroll, determine what profession you want to pursue. I hope by now you already know which profession. If you're going into procurement, then my colleagues will guide you through which is the right course to take. So thank you very much for listening to me. That's a brief overview of who KASNEB is, but we're still available as we continue on at the Q&A session. Please feel free to ask any other thing about KASNEB. Thank you.
Thank you, Joyce. I'm standing for Dr. Chumo. He's just stepped out. So thank you, Joyce, for taking us through an overview of who KASNEB is, when KASNEB came into existence, and several milestones that KASNEB has achieved over the years. About KASNEB, and we are here to give you more information. I believe by the time we're leaving here, you should have known more. So we'll go to the next presentation, where we are going to do an overview of the products that KASNEB offers. I know in the house we already have students from Profia who are mostly CPA students. Am I right? Students from Profia. Is CPA to CPA? Is there somebody who is doing something contrary to CPA? Watu wa Profia, si mliongeleshe. Nyinyi wote ni students wa CPA? ATD and CPA siblings. So we're going to have you know some of the products that we offer, so that as you continue with the CPA program, you know ATD and CPA. Once you finish, there are also other professional courses that you can do. You can also share the information with your sisters, brothers, aunties, and tell them about some of the good products that KASNEB offers. And of course, we have students amongst us, the students from it's Kokech Secondary School, who are still asking what is required, so that even as you go on with your school, you start preparing for that journey ahead, isn't it? And it's usually very good when you plan with information. You know, and this is what I need, so that you start preparing towards it. So I want to invite my colleague Beth to start us off, and I believe that us are here to share as much information as possible to you, so feel free. Karibu Beth.
Good morning once more. Yeah, you've been taken through the overview of KASNEB, what KASNEB is all about. And as you have been told, some of secondary school students. So I believe by the time you finish this presentation, you'll be able to align yourself with our qualifications. Okay, but I benchmark our qualifications with international standards and best practices. So I'll go right to what we offer, and actually and economic planning. So we have been mandated by the government to develop our syllabuses. All the qualifications that we offer, we develop those syllabuses. I know you are familiar what our syllabus is all about. The courses that you undertake, the courses that you will train, you have to, the trainers, they have to use syllabuses. They have to train you within the syllabuses, okay? So even at KASNEB, we develop our own that you need to cover for that particular syllabus. And as you know, we have various ways of training. We have students who are privately, So for those students who are trained privately, they use these syllabuses to guide them on how they need to cover for for the course that they have registered. Levels, you have a post professional examinations, we have professional examinations, we have diploma examinations, and finally we have certificate examinations. So, and then another mandate is for every course that we train or we offer, we will be issued certificates that are recognized, not just nationally but even internationally. As my colleague talked about, mutual recognition, promote our qualifications. This promotion, it is nationally and even outside Kenya. So we promote. We also accredit training institutions like this. Profia Institute is accredited. Actually, we are going to issue or to give them a certificate of accreditation. So our colleagues that have been accredited. So we normally give them issue certificates. So once you go to a training institution, confirm or make sure that your college is accredited by KASNEB. We also have a list of accredited training institutions in our website. We have our website that is at www.kasneb.or.ke. These are qualifications that we're talking about. So I'll start with the professional examinations. So there are two in number. We have professional qualification or any other relevant qualification that is recognized by KASNEB and the board. So fraud and corruption investigations. Yeah, so this is people who are dealing with fraud and corruption. You can be an investigator. You can also be dealing with fraud prevention. Okay, so this is basically the area of fraud and in the area of corruption. Consultants, we want to involve in the areas of budget controls, budget analysis. So basically these are people who are targeted for that. Now, as I've seen, the minimum qualification is either a professional, KASNEB professional qualification, or a university degree. Qualification is actually 1 year. Because as some of you know, examinations are done 3 times in a year. We have examinations in April, we have examinations in August, month allowance to prepare for the examination. Okay. So actually for the free sitting, the extra sitting is basically for those students. Maybe you have a receipt, you have a paper that, but basically you are supposed to give yourself 6 months to prepare effectively for our examinations. Okay. So for registration for any of the, for the post-pro, because we normally charge for registration for examinations, and of course we also charge for the booking of examinations. So registration for those ones is 10,000 for registration. So let me come now to the professional examinations. Public accountants examination. Now, for CPA, we have students who are doing CPA. Yes, we have students who are doing CPA. So for CPA, just give just an overview of about these professional examinations. These professional examinations are in 3 levels. You have the foundation level, you start from the foundation level, you go to the intermediate level, and finally you go to you take the level certificate. Once you clear with the intermediate level, you'll be issued with your intermediate level certificate. And finally, the advanced level, you'll be issued with the advanced. You have the Form 4 students. For you, minimum qualification is a C+. For a C+, you can be able to undertake any of the professional examination. Okay? Now, a degree certificate. You must have a degree certificate for you to undertake any of the professional courses, and also if you have any of our professional course, you can register for any other professional course. So let me start with the CPA examination, Certified Public portrays. It's actually an accounting examination for those who want to become accountants. You want to become a professional accountant, if you want to become an auditor, you want to become a tax consultant. About the advanced level. For the advanced level, we have 4 papers that are compulsory, and we have 3 papers that are specialized papers. So for the 3 papers, to finish the business data analytics, we have workshops. We have workshops already that you have to undertake for you to graduate as students who don't have any experience. If you don't have any experience as an accountant, you have to undergo what we call work-based. We do it in conjunction with the institute, as Joyce talked about. We have the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Kenya, because once you become a CPA graduate, you have to join the institute. So we have students, if you don't have an experience as an accountant, and we normally consider an experience of 1 year. So if you don't have that 1 year, it's normally undertaken at KASNEB, okay? So once you've done that, then after that, then you qualify to become an accountant. You've had Joyce, when she was introducing herself, she called herself what? CS? CS was Joyce, yeah? She's also a CPK. CPK graduate. So that is how you're going to be introducing yourself once you have these qualifications. Are you together? Yes. Okay. And you know when you are introducing yourself, we talked about careers, isn't it? Like you need to identify what career you're supposed to you're going to pursue. So when I talk about like for example, like we have what kind of a work or what kind of a job is available in the job market. You know, these are now the careers we're talking about. Yeah. For example, if you want to become a company secretary, if you want to become a lawyer, what are these qualifications that you're supposed to undertake so that you can pursue that career or that job, yeah, that you want to pursue. CS. For the CS qualification, what can you become? What kind of a job can you get? What kind of a practice can you practice on? So in this CS examination, you can become a company secretary. And most of the company secretaries are these people, actually a big number. These are students who have done law degree at the university, and they want to become a company secretaries in organizations. Okay, these are people who are in charge of boards, board dynamics. You manage the boards, and and many other things. We also have policy formulators. Yeah, you can become a policy formulator. These companies are run by policies. So you're in charge of coming up with those policies. Some of them, they have done this particular examination. Now, another examination we have is called CIFA, Certified Investment in Financial. Become a financial analyst. You can become an investment manager. You can become a fund manager. You can become a portfolio manager. So basically, these are financial markets you're in charge of, or you manage those financial markets. Then you have another examination called Certified Credit Professional. So credit facilities in terms of banks, in terms of insurance companies also, you know. So yeah, this information systems solution support experts or solutions experts. So basically, these are examination that is in ICT. You want to pursue a career in IT, then we have a professional course called CISE. So this examination, you can become a data manager or data analyst. You know, these are people basically who analyze big data that you can be able to assist organizations to make informed decisions using that data, those data banks. You can become a network specialist. You know, we have organizations that are networked all over. So you're there to create. You can become a programmer. We have so many programs that people have come up with. The example is M-Pesa is a program. It's somebody who came up with that particular program. And there are many programs that you can become. You know, you're being trained. Programs, develop networks, you know, analyze data, and all that. Okay. Now, we have another examination called CQP. I partnered with KEPS to come up with this particular examination. And as I said, it's in the area of quality or management. So this is an examination that you can become a quality management, a quality assurance man with accreditation. You normally check on the quality of an institution. Like we have to, like when we come here, we have to check on the quality of the trainers. Are they qualified for the CPA? And it's not qualified for that particular examination. So those are the things that you normally check when you are doing accreditation. We have to look for the facilities of an organization. You have the right facilities, okay? Yeah. Do you even even the surroundings, you know? Yeah. Do you have the quality facilities for the in an institution for us to accredit? Okay. So we offer that examination of quality. Yeah. That we expect our students once they adapt. That deal with quality, and actually I believe every organization have a department of quality. Okay, yeah, because they want to offer quality services and quality product, isn't it? Are we together? Yes. So those are the 6 professional courses that we offer, and I have told you for the Form 4s. The minimum qualification is a C+. Yeah, we have the university degrees that you consider for you to qualify for any of the professional courses and any of our professional course. Like you are not restricted to just undertake only one professional course. You can take CPA. Once you clear with the CPA, you register for another professional course like CS. Once you clear with the CS, you can register. Actually, we have students. We have people who have done all these courses. Somebody started with CPA, then registered for CS, and they have all these qualifications. But what happens is that once you finish the one qualification, you'll be exempted in any other KASNEB professional course. Because what happens with us, we offer common papers. Okay. That it is one paper that is common in all the professional courses. So we don't expect you, once you do it in one course, to repeat it in another course. Okay, so you'll be exempted. So you might find maybe in the first, when you're doing the first course with CPA, you might be doing maybe 18 papers. But when you register for the next course, then happens, you'll be exempted the whole of most cases. You'll be exempted the whole of the foundation level. So we even have an exemption policy that is in the website. So actually, all the information that we are giving, visit our website. So registration for the professional courses is 7,500 for each register. And now once you register, we have the booking fee. I will not talk more about the booking fee. We have the booking fee. We have a fee structure on the brochure. We have our fee structure is there. So we have the booking fee. Once you register, region sitting, August, and we have the December examination sitting. So the examination booking fee is different as level, and it's also different from the advanced level. So for the diploma courses, we have 4 diploma courses. We have undertaking. So for the diploma accounting technicians diploma examination are in 3 levels. We have level 1, level 2, and level 3. And they are computer professional course, because in this case you'll be issued with a certificate once you clear the diploma examination. It's not like in the professional course where you are issued with a certificate once you clear it. Okay? Yeah. So we have the accounting technician diploma, and the accounting we have once you finish. Of course, we have jobs. We have middle level jobs that you can be able to pursue the professional course. Okay, so you can become become a middle level accountant, and also we have jobs that you can undertake to support the accounting profession, the auditing profession, and the finance profession. So these are just middle level. Then you have the diploma in data management and analytics. That is a DPMA. So these are diploma course for the ICT course, which once you pursue, you can register for the system, the Certified Information System Solution Expert. That is a professional course for the ICT examination. That is a diploma in computer networks and systems administration. So that is also the diploma course, and that is now in the line of networks and systems administration. Those diploma examinations. Okay. So finally, for the diploma examination, we have the DQP, that is Diploma in Quality Professional Examination. And once you clear the diploma for quality professional, you can pursue the CQP, that is Certified Quality Professionals. Okay. So finally, we have the certificate course called KAMS, that is a certificate in accounting and management course. Please, before I go to the KAMS, the minimum qualification for the diploma courses is a C-. If you have a C- for your KCSE, you can undertake or you can register for any of the diploma courses. Okay. And also, if you have KAMS, if you started with KAMS, you can you qualify for any of the diploma course. So we have the certificates, and the registration is 6,000 for the diploma courses. Now, we have now the KAMS examination. So for the KAMS examination, it's for those who have D. And of course now, as we're talking about D now. And of course now, as we're talking about D now. We are in D now. We are in that level of D. So even with that D, we have something for you. And that is the certificate course, or Certificate in Accounting and Management Skills. Can you imagine with that D? You start with that level, you qualify and go and pursue the diploma course. Once you clear with the diploma course, you qualify and pursue the professional course. Can you imagine? And after the professional course, you can pursue even the post-professional course. And of course, you will become that director we are talking about. You become the manager that we are talking about. And of course, the CEO that we are talking about here. Some of these CEOs that you find in organizations, you know that some of them they started from the very, very low levels. But it's about focus. You have to be focused. You have to have your, you have to know what you want in life. Okay? Are we together? Yeah, things are not easy outside here in the job market. They are not easy. You have to have what it takes to get some of these jobs. There's a lot of competition in the job market. So you have to have as many qualifications as you can. Are we together? So actually now we are talking about people who have PhD. Actually, I was very surprised. I went to a school and one of the teachers had a PhD. So you can imagine what we are talking about. There are as many people now who are even pursuing those PhD qualifications. Let me not advance. So we have the KAMS examination. So for the KAMS examination, these are an examination that will give you basic skills and competencies in management and accounting. Okay? Yeah, so in this is just giving you basics that you can be able to maybe pursue either accounting or maybe a management course. Okay? And of course, these are computer based. So these you can work in small and medium-sized enterprises. You can also work in various NGOs. Okay. So the registration for the KAMS or the certificate examination is at 3,500. Okay. So as you're going to the lower courses, the fee become a bit cheaper and a bit fair. And of course, the fees that I'm talking about here, like I talked about the professional courses, we're talking about 7,500 for registration. And examination than even that. Okay. So these are fees that are manageable, you can manage them. And as I said, these are it's a government body. So we have to normally make sure at least our fees. KASNEB is not a profit-making organization. We want to make sure as many students pursue our courses. Okay. If you are not able, we also have people who cannot even manage the fees that I'm talking about. So if you feel that even those fees you're not able to manage, we have a KASNEB Foundation that is there. Somebody will talk about the foundation and how they operate. Okay. Yeah, so basically those are the examinations that we offer. And as you have examination. Now, something else about the students, the Form 4 students. You normally get your results around January, isn't it? December, January, isn't it? Now, once you get your results and you know what you have, I've talked about minimum qualifications. I was talking about KCSE. Professional courses I talked about C++. Diploma course I talked about C-. And the certificate course I talked about, a D. That's how. So once you get your results, you know what you have. If it's a C+, you know you can be able to pursue any of our courses. If it's a C-, you know you can pursue any of the diploma courses, which is even like it's being offered here. All these courses we are talking about, they are being offered in this particular institution. If you have the KAMS, if you have a D, you know, you can be able to pursue a KAMS qualification. That is December. Your university intake is normally around August and September. You have a lot of time, from January up to maybe August or September, just to decide on what you want to do with your life. So it's a long time that you can be able to pursue our courses. So I'm talking about April intake. That is a sitting that you can be able to register for. Yeah? Because we have training institutions, they normally do their intakes in January. So when it comes to January, just register or just join a training institution that of course is accredited by KASNEB. Join a training institution and then you start learning so that you can be able to sit for the April examination sitting. Are we together? So don't waste time. Don't waste any time. Start pursuing these courses immediately once you get your results. Okay, we normally consider when you're registering, of course, you'll ask for your ID. But if you don't have an ID, you can use your birth certificate to register. So start immediately. Sit for the April examination sitting. And continue sitting for the examination. And even when you go to the university, continue pursuing these courses. Are you together? So that even by the time you're even finishing your degree course, you have these qualifications. You have a professional examination certificate, and you have a degree certificate. Are we together? Actually, we even have students who clear one of the professional course at the university and register for another professional course while at the university. So make sure that you take advantage of this process so that when you start looking for a job, you have an edge, you have an upper hand or a competitive edge as compared to your other students. That's all. And together. So I think let me hand over to Joyce on question and answers, and you will be able to be invited to ask any question that you have. Thank you so much.
Can we clap for her? That's much better. So now you know who KASNEB is. You have been taken through the products that KASNEB offers. Mine is just to encourage you once more. Don't let your background determine your future. Your determination is what you determine your future. We may seem we are just blowing hot and cold air, but when you go out into the job market, let's hope you not remember this day and say, I wish I took action when they were talking about these courses. Because guess what? We have 47 counties in Kenya. We've learned about resources, they're limited. So when you go into the job market, when you go for an interview, you'll find other people. So what will make you stand out in that interview? If it's a degree, these days everybody's doing a degree. That is why we are encouraging you to take a professional course, a diploma course, a certificate course, so that you are not usichujwe hapo kwa screening. Unaona hapo shortlisting. This one only has a degree out. This one only has this out. Let the mchujo come when you are before the interview panel. And how will you enable this? By ensuring you have that competitive edge. So we're now going to move to another session on examination, administration, and processing, and we'll be taken through this session by Steve. Steve, can you?
Thank you very much, CPHS. As I said, my name is Steve, and we've been talking to you so much, and you're not talking back to us. But maybe I would request, when I'm talking about examination, administration, processing, it's a very wide area. Is there maybe an area that is of an interest to you? Or maybe, probably you had a question about something to do with exams, how our processes go about when we are doing the examination processing, testing, setting. I don't know, is there maybe anaweza kuwa na something that you want me to focus on, maybe a question on exam matters?
Unaweza niambia? And I think we also have to go outside that. Yeah. Yeah. Anybody? So niongee tu. Yeah, that's good. That's good. At least so that we can interact, all of us. Eh?
Thank you, sir. I'm Jared. All along the moment that we do KASNEB, there's something that is hidden from us, the students. We only know the only two options. We either pass or fail. But where is the pass mark? Thank you.
Let's clap for Jared, a very good one.
That was a great question I had on the pass mark, because when we used to do our normal courses, we were informed of B's, B's and A's.
Yeah.
So here we don't know what grade to get if we don't pass.
Okay. Haya, kuna mtu mwingine? Let's have somebody else. Maybe a lady. Nani atanipresent ladies? Anything. Even those ones who are in high school, maybe kuna something that you'd like to know about an area in exams. Yeah.
Okay, I'm Samuel.
I would like to ask how you process your exam. For example, if somebody is in a campus and want to pursue a course in a professional course, how will you balance so that the person does not miss campus exams with your exams?
Just work for somewhere. Watu wa high school, kuna swali mtauliza? Tuendelee tu? Okay. So, thank you very much for that. So, I will immediately address what Jared has asked. Jared, when we're talking about the issue of pass mark, KASNEB only, it has a pass mark of 50. When you hit 50, you pass the exam. So that is our pass mark. Yeah, then someone, you've talked about the issue of us trying to balance. Okay, there is usually an instance whereby we have a collision of timetables, but maybe what we have tried to do as KASNEB is to introduce quite a number of sittings. Previously we had only 2. Currently we are having 3 sittings, so even if you miss one sitting, probably maybe that you'd balance off by sitting for the sitting that is going to be the next, or maybe after about 3 months. So we have those challenges of the university. So we're also trying to see how we can be able to liaise with the management of various universities, so that by the time when we are releasing the exams, we also try to harmonize so that most students who are in the university will not miss KASNEB examinations. Okay, so I'll just talk about a few things in as much as examination administration is concerned. And as you are all aware, KASNEB is an examination body. So our mandate is to make sure that we accurately measure. We accurately measure 3 things. You're supposed to measure your knowledge, you're supposed to measure your skill, and your attitude. Currently, we are talking about competence. So when you're talking about competence, we are talking about the issue of that you can be able to do something. That you can be able to do something. So that is what the exam is supposed to. That is what the exam is supposed to focus on, to test that you can be able to do a particular thing. And then my colleague had already said that in as much as our exams are concerned, we have 2 sets of ways of administering examination. We have those ones which are paper-based, where you're supposed to write, and those ones which are computer-based, that is, they are online. In most instances, especially for the group that I'm talking to right now, the ATD students, you know all the exams they are online. Yeah, they are online. That is, you attempt those questions on a computer platform. And then we have, in examination, before we come up with the questions, we call them the test items. What we normally do, we have a process, a very elaborate process of coming up with a curriculum. I think maybe you are so much used to syllabus. We have a curriculum design, whereby what we normally do is that we involve other people to come and help us in coming up with a curriculum that will produce a certain person who is expected to perform a certain task in the market. That is where now we ask for lecturers to come in, we ask for employers to come in, we ask them what is their expectation in as much as the various employees are concerned, what are they supposed to do. When an accountant comes to your firm, what do you expect this accountant to do? So wanatuambia hiyo maneno yote, and then we put it down in a documentation which we refer to as a curriculum design, or maybe the syllabus. And we also, KASNEB being global, we visit other places. Like this year and late last year, we visited different places where we were benchmarking with different international organizations. I was privileged to visit IFAC and also American Institute of Certified Public Accountants. So what we do when we go there, we ask them, what do you do in your continent in as much as the aspect of preparing a good accountant is concerned. Then wanatuambia huwa tunafanya hivi na hivi na hivi. So we collect all that information, we bring it to a panel of experts, they discuss, and the panel will be consisting of even the industrial experts, they will discuss and then they come up with a syllabus. So kabla uone hiyo syllabus uko nayo, it has passed through all that process, so that when we are getting you to go out there, when you're saying that you have graduated, we are so sure you are not only prepared to work in Kenya, you are prepared even to work elsewhere, all over, that is globally. Okay, so maybe you might be interested to know something little about the marking process. So what we normally do is, for you, the HED students, the computer automatically marks the exams because they are multiple choice questions. But for when you upgrade to CPA, you normally engage other stakeholders who come to mark the exams. So what tunachukua lecturers, we have people who are practicing, we call them the industry experts, based on various areas of their specialization. So tunapata maybe kama mtu wa tax, tunapata mtu wa KRA, tunapata a lecturer wa taxation in a certain university. Then they sit together. So the first thing that they do, well, wanachukua hiyo paper ulifanya, wana discuss until they get what we refer to as moderated solution. Yeah. Then they start marking as a group in a conveyor belt. Conveyor belt ni kusema maybe you mark question 1, I mark question 2, mark question 3, question 4, question 5, like that. And then you'll be having other layers to ensure that there is quality control. So utamark, but there is somebody else who will sample your work to ensure that you don't disadvantage students. And before you start live marking of scripts, there's something that we call dummy marking. Dummy marking is that you are given a script where we ensure that we hide the registration number of the students, and then you all mark that script. Mukimaliza kumark, then unaanza kudiscuss. Why did you get 19 out of 20? Now you amepata 10. And this one has awarded maybe 7. So you see there is a problem there. So our system is, you do not have a lot of wide margin. Either it should be around plus or minus 2. So you must discuss until muelewane, so that you will now be able to, when you start live marking, it will be something that will be very standardized. Okay. Then there is the issue of the release of the release of the exam. So before we release the exam, what we'll do is that we'll input those marks in a mark sheet. Two mark sheet ya kawaida, that these are registration number, got these marks. Then there is somebody else who will come and verify. You don't just allow the examiner anakuja anaweka marks at question 1 you got this. No. There must be another group of people we call checkers. They come and process those marks. They proofread. Every script must be proofread. Then from there we put them in our system. Okay, so don't want to say so much about now the other things that happen thereafter, but probably you might want to get a few tips in as much as the issue of handling questions are concerned, especially as a student. I think it's good for me to cover a few tips. Yeah. So number one, as an examiner, what the examiner is taught is that when you are given an MCQ, when somebody is setting an MCQ, he's supposed to introduce something that we call a distractor. A what? The distractor. There's something that unaangalia hivi unaona this is true. This is true. It's very, very true. But there is one word which the examiner ameweka hapo, which is actually making the entire statement not to be true. So in an MCQ, when you're handling multiple choice questions, you always try to be keen to look for a distractor. A what? a distractor. It looks almost exactly to be the correct answer, but it's not. So that one is very important. And then number two, an examiner is supposed to have something that we call a keyword. Who can give me an example of a keyword? Yes? An example of a keyword. Yes? Sorry? Facilitate. Facilitate. Another one? That's good. Elaborate. Very good. List. List. Any other? The last one? High schoolers. There's a party moja. Okay, no problem. Okay, so you are right. I will just make a slight correction. Like for instance, if I am told list, okay, from my side, I will call it an action verb. That is an action verb. Maybe I'll list, explain, discuss. If I tell you to list, you don't go into details. Okay? If I tell you to discuss, you are supposed to go into details. In multiple choice questions, you can be told, choose the most appropriate. So in this situation, most will be a key word. So you are supposed to be very keen. So what we have tried to do as KASNEB, sometimes we bold those keywords. So you need to be very careful about those words. There are instances where you might find a keyword like, the following is true except. So in that situation, the keyword is exception. Yeah, so be careful about that. And then there is also the issue of the third thing is about the time pressure. Time pressure. Now, as an examiner, time pressure is very intentional. Time pressure is intentional. What the examiner is trying to do, ladies and gentlemen, is trying to balance between. He's trying to see if you can be able to balance between time, what we refer to as the time and accuracy. So how are you supposed to go about that? Because pressure will always be exerted, especially when you are in a questions. You focus on what? Yeah, just focus on an easy question. If a question make sure that you get the easy questions right. In fact, that one will even build some confidence in you when you are responding questions. And then we have the issue of having pausing. You know, when you are subjected to extreme pressure within 2 hours, if you work without a pause, your mind gets extremely tired. So sometimes it's also important. Don't just focus on responding to the question. Pause, even if it is for just about 5-10 seconds. Breathe. What's up? Yes. Then the last thing is about the aspect of when you are revising. And this one will even apply to our high schoolers. Not only revise, don't get so much used to revising alone. Revise with somebody. In case if there is something that you know, share it with somebody. Share it out with somebody. You get to understand more. And then for me, the other thing that I do is when I'm revising, I ensure that I have a paper and a pen. I have a paper and a pen. That's a habit which I developed when I was in high school. Even if I am reading a novel, I must have a pen. Why should you have a pen when you are reading or when you are revising? Why do you think you should? What?
I remember back in college, some years back, we advised that when we read and write, our brain peaks.
What?
Yandosema akili, kama wasoma waandika, akili upik kile unaandika sana, alafu inaingia kwa memory.
Okay. Let's give him a clap. That's so good. Yeah, that's very true. And you also make sure that you keep your mind active. And you keep your mind active. I think that's the end of
what I was asked to present. We can talk a lot about examination, but I just thought that it would be important for me just to make it a bit brief. Anybody would like to react to what I've talked about? Anybody want to have a reaction?
Yes, I've been hearing of the steps that we, all levels of this course. Let me talk of the CPAK. There are 6 levels that you must undergo when you achieve. So, can you elaborate to us the beginner, intermediate, and the advanced? At what level do you achieve the CPAK or the CFA? Thank you.
Very good question. Let's clap for him. Anybody else would like to react to my presentation?
I had a question, so I wanted to ask that. According to the people that have interacted with within the short time that are here, I heard them say that if you combine more than one section, like maybe 2, it's really possible to pass all of them, however much content you have. So I wanted you to elaborate maybe is it just a misconception?
Okay, a good one. And I might point my other colleagues to respond to those questions, so kindly also note those questions are not just for me to respond to you. Okay. And we can attack Boga. We are just here to just say anything. Yeah, whatever we can respond to, as long as it is within our area. Good.
Okay, thank you once again. Once again, I'm Samuel. Samuel is a student teacher at Rongo University and would wish to pursue CPA and at the same time pursuing that my education course. And we are soon going back to school for the next academic year. And I would wish to register for the CPA. But somehow, Samuel is not capable of affording the exact registration fee, the 7,500. So I don't know how the KASNEB can help Samuel to pursue CPA.
Okay. Okay, the place is also reminding me that they are putting down those issues because there will be a question and answer session. Yeah. So maybe the ones who are outside, maybe they have. You need to react to what we talked about.
Okay, thank you. I also have a question. In the case where you are a student at the university and also you are doing the CPA, and it comes, you have registered or you have booked your exams, you've already paid for the fees, but there is collusion of timetable. Will I be refunded that money or it will be taken to the next sitting?
Thank you very much. A very good question. So I think because most of what they are reacting to questions that needs to be addressed during the Q&A questions, I would wish that I give back mic to the moderator, and then the question and answer question will be moderated, and then you can also react to other matters that you might have. So you come, you answer. Okay. Thank you so much for listening to me. Okay.
Are we learning? Are we learning? Sasa tupigie makofi mazito. So sometimes I ambush my colleagues. I've noted there is a key area as to processing of your results and certificates. I'll just call my colleague June to come and take you briefly through that and how you will get the certificates. Then we'll have one more session on KASNEB Foundation, and then we move to Q&A. So June, tafadhali.
Thank you. Like I said, I'm working in the examination processing division, and one of the subsection is certificates. And like you can see, our mission has something to do, transforming business professionals through examinations, certification. I stop there as it continues. So before we think about a certificate, how do you qualify for a certificate? We had already been told that for the CAMS, that is the certificate level, you have to finish the 2 levels. There is level 1 and level 2. Then we have the diploma, where you have to finish all the 3 levels to qualify for the certificate. For the professional examinations, we issue certificates upon completion of a level. There is a foundation level whereby once you are through with the 6 papers, you get a certificate. The intermediate level, we have 6 papers. Once you are through, you get another certificate. The advanced level, and somebody has asked about the levels. The advanced level, we issue a certificate after you are through with your classwork, the examinable papers. We have papers, we have engagements thereafter to test whether you have understood the content, to test also your skills. At the advanced level, you are supposed to do the business data analytics paper, which is a computer-based examination. Thereafter, you'll be expected to do a workshop on ethics. Remember, you're going to the professional world, you're going to the workplace, where you'll be expected to behave in an ethical way. So you have to undergo that workshop on ethics. And then there is also what we call work simulation. Remember, all this is just like taking you through an attachment where now your skills are tested. So the work simulation workshops, you attend 5 of them for a whole week. Then you also get an exemption if, for example, you are working and you prove that maybe you have worked like for 1 year and reached the requirements. You are exempted from doing attending the work simulation workshops. Previously, we used to have 6 sections. I think you had somebody asking about the sections. You said something about 6. CPAK is up to CPA 6 or something there. Now, that was previously in earlier syllabuses, where the structure of the professional examinations was that there were parts. Each part had 2 sections. Each part had 2 sections, upon which once you completed, you were issued with a certificate. Now, under the current syllabus, that was dissolved, and we have now we call them levels, foundation level. What was limiting in the previous syllabuses is that you had to do all the papers prescribed in a particular section. Now, under the new arrangement, you can choose whether you want to start with financial accounting, so long as you book for a minimum of 3 papers. That is understood, eh? Yes. So that is the structure of the current syllabuses and the examination, how we test them. So for certificates, once you qualify for the certificate, we normally inform the students that their certificates are ready, and we give them a stipulated timeline within which they should collect their certificates, after which now the certificates will accrue a storage fee of 100 shillings per month. So we encourage you, once you get that notification, you do not necessarily have to come to KASNEB physically to come for your certificate. We have the arrangement with the post office through the registered mail mode, whereby this is not ordinary, that is put, whereby your certificate will be put in a PO box and anybody can access. We use the registered mail option, whereby you collect it from the post office that you have identified and informed KASNEB, and then you collect it as a parcel with your national ID. Thank you.
So, thank you so much, June. Tumpigie makofi pia yeye. And then I think we've been sitting for long. Tunaweza tusimama kiasi, we stretch kidogo. Could I kindly request we stand, stretch a bit, then we continue. Na umesalimia mwenzako, in fact, do you know who you're sitting next to? Salimia yeye, jua jina lake. You never know where you meet them or need them. Haya, asante sana. Nimeona hapa hakuna Waluya. Unajua tungekuwa na Waluya kama mimi, salamu zingekuwa bado zinaendelea, si ndio? There are no Waluyas here. You're there? Mrembe sana. So next, mrembe bosi. We are going to now another organization called KASNEB Foundation. So when we began, you remember we told you we are all from KASNEB. There was our colleague who's from the KASNEB Foundation, but he's going to attend to another urgent matter. So I work for KASNEB, but there's another organization that KASNEB, you know the way, I want to make it very practical. We remember KASNEB was born through that Act of Parliament in 1969. So around 2019, KASNEB now gave birth to someone else called the KASNEB Foundation. So today, on behalf of the KASNEB Foundation, this is not like a sales speech. The KASNEB Foundation is here because it believes in what this institution has to offer. And for that reason, we are looking for ways we can partner with this institution to ensure that nothing will stop you from taking your KASNEB courses. So the KASNEB Foundation is not a state corporation in KASNEB. Later, I don't know if you've done a course in law or you will do it if you're doing any of our courses. It introduces you to different types of persons. So we have the state corporation, which KASNEB is. That simply means a company that is owned by government. Then we have private companies. This is a company. We are hoping when you get entrepreneurial skills from our courses, you go and start your own company. Then we have a public company. Think of companies that are on the Nairobi Securities Exchange. These are companies that you and I have shared an organization called a trust. So KASNEB established a charitable trust called the KASNEB Foundation. So now, this KASNEB Foundation is like the corporate social responsibility. The same way as a human being, mtu akikuwa amelemewa mahali, sitamokolea. When we are contributing towards weddings, in the fortunate event of funerals, that is your corporate social part. So KASNEB's corporate social part is through the KASNEB Foundation. So it is governed by a group of people called a board of trustees. So we have this board of trustees. Some of the board of trustees come from the KASNEB board. So that's how we find our footing in the KASNEB Foundation. Then we have a partnership with HELB. You've heard about the Higher Education Loans Board. Kuna mtu anajua HELB? How many know HELB? Good. So what we've done, we've partnered with the Higher Education Loans Board to assist us in administering the funds that we have through the KASNEB. And this foundation operates in all the 47 counties. So don't feel left out that it's only something for Nairobi County. No, it is even in Homa Bay County. And as I go on, benefited from the KASNEB Foundation. So its mandate simply is to it's directly about you, students. It's directly about you, students. We realize you may be having that ambition to become an accountant. You have that ambition to become a corporation secretary. You have that ambition to do this course. But as someone, I think it was someone, said, I don't have these funds. So how do I go about this? And this is what the KASNEB Foundation is all about. The mandate of the KASNEB Foundation is provide financial support, social investment and capacity building to deserving students and communities in Kenya to enable them access professional qualifications. So I need to put a rider here. The loans and bursaries that are issued by the KASNEB Foundation are only for pursuing KASNEB qualifications. For pamoja. So you can't come and get a loan or a bursary to go and pursue a different course. In terms of strategic plan, just as you have a plan, remember Steve talking about how you plan and prepare for the exam, the foundation also has a 5-year plan. And one of the result areas for this plan is to get 20,000 cumulative beneficiaries within that period. So far, those. So if you do a quick maths, that tells you there are still 14,000 students that are out there somewhere who need this financing and can come to the KASNEB Foundation and get finances. So they have some financial literacy courses that they've partnered with different bodies to just run those courses at the cost of the foundation to enable that you get this. And if you go to the website, you'll see how many labs they've put up in different parts of this country just to ensure that people get these ICT skills they require. We only have 314 beneficiaries. Can you imagine? Out of the 20,000, only 314 from this county have benefited. So the message to you today is, now that you know this information, if you know somebody out there who would want to benefit from these funds, please tell them to come. I'll shortly be telling you work. So the KASNEB Foundation has 2 products. There's the loans. Of course, the loan, as the name suggests, at some point you have to repay it. And then there's the bursaries. So the bursaries is that one that you're given, and it's for free. You don't have to repay it in future. Then, as I've told you, we have HELB, is the one that administers. So it's not KASNEB Foundation that is going to. So you as your student, your work is to go to the KASNEB Foundation website and apply for either a loan and a bursary. Then the HELB will disburse the funds. And once the funds are disbursed, they are either paid to the training institution where you will be studying. And this is why it's important. So I don't know, is Profia accredited? It's accredited. Yes. So like now, if you come to study in Profia, you are eligible to get that funding. So we do not give to institutions that are not accredited. So as Beth had earlier stated, ensure when you want to go to a training institution, go to our website and pick an institution that is accredited by KASNEB. So once the student gets the loan, the monies are paid to the institution for tuition, then to KASNEB for your registration and examination fees. So all you need to do is prepare for the exam and present yourself. No amount will be required from you. So the 2 products, remember, is the fees that you pay here at Profia, the KASNEB Foundation through HELB will pay, and your examination, registration and booking fees, including renewal fees, that will be paid by the foundation through HELB to KASNEB. So who qualifies? Number 1, it's not a free for all. You said, remember the mandate of the organization is to provide this to well-deserving needy students. So you must have a financial need. I can't be working in some bank somewhere and I just decide I don't want to use my money, let me go to the foundation. No, you must demonstrate neediness, and through HELB they have mechanisms whether this is a needy student. Number 2, as I had said, it's only for KASNEB qualifications. So if it's a course that is not offered by KASNEB, then unfortunately you cannot get a loan for that thing here in town. You know those briefcase colleges, today they are there, tomorrow they are not, and we've already given your funds there for you to study, then you miss that opportunity because you went to an institution. Accreditation, but accreditation is a process through which we come to check who are the trainers for these our students. Do they have the right qualifications? Because I have no business being a CPA foundation level and I'm going to teach people who are doing advanced. No, it can't work. So we'll come and check who are the trainers for courses. Where are the physical resources? Where are the classrooms? How many students per class? Where is the library? Do they have the books that KASNEB is recommending for study? Give us your lesson plans. Give us your syllabus. The students is what we have developed as our curriculum. We'll also check, do you have extracurricular activities? Because, of course, education is good, but you also need time to, relax. Are there games you can go and engage in? Is there a way of unwinding? Do we have counseling services within the institution so that we have an all-rounded student as they graduate? Another thing to also note is that Profia is in the Homa Bay region with enormous professional potential and a strong KASNEB community. I wish I had the numbers. You see how many students in Homa Bay County are actually undertaking our courses. And so to invest in Profia, in that potential for preparing our students for KASNEB qualifications. And we want to ensure that financial constraint is not what will stop you from pursuing your professional qualification. So remember what I said, your background does not determine your future, it's now your determination. So now you have no excuse. If it's finances, come to the KASNEB Foundation. If it's a training institution, you have Profia. So sasa tu kazi ni kwako. Please ensure you take advantage of these facilities to ensure that you're able to realize your dreams. So in closing, if you're a KASNEB registered student and you have financial challenges, remember I'm underscoring, you have financial challenges, come to us and we'll be able to guide you through how you can get our loans and bursaries. As I've indicated, you can check our contact details. On Facebook, we are info@kasnebtrustfoundation.co.ke. We also have our website, www.kasnebtrustfoundation.co.ke. And in closing, the foundation exists so that no deserving student is left behind because of financial constraints. So I hope I have given you some bits of a good background about KASNEB Foundation and what it's doing to ensure that all students who want to pursue our qualifications are able to pursue. Thank you very much for listening to me. I'll now move to the final session, which is the Q&A. We've noted the first 4 questions that were asked. I'll to take us through them, and then I'll invite James to get another round of questions in case there's still more areas of clarity we require. Can you begin?
Good afternoon. Yes, as Ali introduced, I'm CS Penny Nagwati. I'll answer the 4 questions that were asked after Steve made his presentation. There is somebody who asked about the steps that one should follow to become a CPA-K. Now, for the CPA qualification, it is divided into 3 levels. We have the foundation level that has got 6 papers. Then we have the intermediate level that has also got 6 papers. But for the advanced level, it has got 4 compulsory papers and 3 electives, because at that level now you choose the line you want to follow, whether it's in the line of taxation, if it is in auditing and assurance, or if it is in the public financial management. So you begin with the foundation level. You can be able to do 3 papers at one sitting. That is the minimum you can sit for. Or if you are able to level, that you can be able to proceed to the intermediate. Then when you go to the intermediate, again you can sit for 3 papers, or 6, or 1 or 2, depending on whether you have passed 4 and you're able to take a minimum of 3 papers, or more, depending on how ready you can be able to sit for them. And then once you finish the 4 compulsory papers, then you choose the area you want to specialize, the public financial management. And then once you are done with the theory papers, now you sit for the BDA paper, that is the business data analytics. It is a practical paper. And once you're done with the business data analytics, then you attend the ethics workshop, the one you talked about. It's a 1-day workshop. It talks about ethics and integrity. You know, these days we're having issues with people being ethical in practicing accounting. So you want to ensure that when you go out there as an accountant, that whatever you're doing is ethical, that you're not going out there to help the organizations to steal money from the shareholders, but rather you are doing what is required of you. So once you finish the ethics workshop, then you go to the workshop simulation. If you have been working as an accountant for 1 year, and you are able to present you from the workshop simulation. And if you don't have that experience for 1 year, then you have to come over to our offices to attend the workshop that takes 5 days, and it exposes you to the different software. Once you are done with that simulation, then you are done with KASNEB. You now get a certificate for a CPA, and remember, for every level we normally issue a certificate. So if it is the foundation level, we issue a certificate for that foundation level. If it is the intermediate, we also have a certificate. And then once you complete everything, we give you a certificate for the whole of CPA. And then now it is at this point that you go and register with the Institute of Certified Public Accountants, and that is where you acquire the K, CPA K. So once you're registered with them, you are a CPA K. Okay? Yeah, then somebody talked about combining 6 papers. As I've mentioned, with the CPA, for any of the qualifications, you are allowed to combine the papers within the same level, but you cannot combine papers in different levels. For example, if you're in foundation, you cannot combine any paper within the foundation with a paper at the intermediate. The progression rule is that you must complete a level before you can be able to proceed to the next level. So you can do the 6 papers if you are able to prepare for them, but it's not easy. It's not easy to do 6 papers and pass all of them. So it will be better you do 3, prepare for them very well, pass, and then you go for another 3 papers. And then somebody mentioned about their timetable clashing with ours. We try as much as possible when we are preparing our timetable to make it in a way that it is not the same time that the different debater institutions and the universities administer the examinations. But at the same time, we cannot ensure that during that time that we are set to administer examination, that there are no other institutions that are also offering the examinations. So what we normally do is to ensure that we avail the examination timetable quite early, like 3 months before. So as a student, you should assess yourself, check when your institution is going to administer the examinations, check our KASNEB timetable, and if you realize that your examinations are going to be administered at the same time with KASNEB, then you can skip for that sitting. As said earlier, we administer our examinations 3 times in a year. So if you are not able to sit in August, then you can sit in December. But if in the event that maybe by the time we release our timetable, you don't have your timetable, and it happens that the 2 exams will take place at the same time, then you can defer that examination. If you are to sit in August, you can defer and sit for it in December. And by doing so, when now you'll be coming to sit for it in December, we'll just use the same money or the same fee you had paid for the August, and all you'll be required to do is pay a 15% administration fee, and then you'll be booked for the December examinations. Somebody has said that they are pursuing a course, but they also wish to do our exams at the same time, and they have a challenge in raising the 7,500. Joyce has well explained the role of the KASNEB Foundation Trust, that you can be able to apply for a loan, to pay for the fees, to pay the tuition fees, as long as the fees are being paid to an accredited institution. I don't know whether there is any question I may have left out. But if there is any question you can answer.
Good afternoon once again. Good afternoon. As I said, James Korea from ICT. I'm here to take any more questions which you have. But before then, maybe I can say that we've digitized most of our processes. So for you to register as a KASNEB student, all you need to do is to go to our student portal and follow the instructions. And most of our services are offered through that portal. So Any other questions?
I'm sorry to appear on the floor several times. Just for clarification, you said that through KASNEB Foundation, through HELP, you can be funded to pursue a professional course through KASNEB. But could it be that you are a beneficiary from HELP in another course? Can you also apply for funding at KASNEB?
Any other question?
Yes, good afternoon. I'm Samson. My question is concerned with the registration deadlines. You find that sometimes the deadline is so fixed, and during that period, you are trying to do the process, it is telling you there is an error. And maybe to us, we always have the mind that there will be an extension. Unfortunately, you find the notice that there will be no further extension, and sometimes you find that you might be left out just because of that. So we are requesting if you can actually work on your system, because during that time of deadline, the system really gives us challenge. You might be having money, but how to complete the process might be a problem.
Yes, I have a question concerning the certificate. Now I'm asking, for example, if you have been exempted maybe for the whole level, maybe in the level 1 you have been exempted, and is there a certificate for that level?
One more question.
Okay, I have a question concerning the certificates. When you are exempted the foundation level, you get the certificate. And then,
Thank you once again. We've heard about loan and bursary. From my own perception or my understanding, also as it mentioned, seemingly we focus a lot on the most vulnerable within the community. Unfortunately, some of us who are privileged to be working, we feel the heat and economically we are not doing very well. Unfortunately, we are not catered for. Which, for example, to give an illustration, when you talk of help walirealize kwamba wale ambao wamebahatika wakipata kazi, wakakuja ile program ambao hata kama kuna kazi, waweza pata nini? Ka help. Umeelewa? Sasa huu wetu leo tumeambiwa wale wako chini kabisa. So hapo angalau mweza kachini tena mfikirie wale ambao kwa waki class lakini wako na nia wanaweza pata vipi basari ya makazi, because ndio tuko kwa kazi ndio, lakini kuna ile viatu vinatufanya kidogo. La pili, how we learn registration. For example, kwa wale ambao wanafanya mtihani December na hawana hiyo cash yote wholesomely, kuna ile program mtu anaweza lipa niseme nilipay month kidogo, next month nilipe kidogo before ile wakati ufike.
So I think we can respond to those questions first, and maybe I can answer the question on the system, the challenges you normally face when it comes to the deadline. What we've noted is that most of our students, or I think it's the Kenyan way, we tend to rush the last minute. Yeah? We all know that the deadline is like 2-3 months away, but the last 1 week, that's when we register almost 75% of the students for that city. And that creates a challenge to the system. But what we've done of late, we've really tried to improve on our systems. So I think like this sitting, we didn't have any challenges. And we hope as we go forward, we are going to further the kind of the systems we are deploying. We have a relatively quite new data center which is able to even accommodate more of the numbers. But on the other questions on the certificates, maybe Jude, you can assist.
Yes, thank you. Somebody asked about well, if you're exempted, whether you get a certificate. Now, for a whole level exemption, you don't get a certificate. For example, if you are an ATP graduate, then you register for the CPA, you are exempted the whole of foundation level, the 6 papers, so you don't get a certificate. In its place, we issue the exemption letter showing all the units that have been exempted, which are the same as what is examined in that level. So we don't issue you the certificate, but you get the exemption letter, which is a valid document. It starts in for that foundation level certificate. But if you sit, for example, for one paper amongst the 6, like for example for the university graduates, they are normally exempted in some papers, but they are supposed to sit in some other papers. So in such a case, we give you a certificate because you have at least attempted some papers in that level. Although even with the exemption level, with the exemption letter, you are deemed to have known the content of that level. That is why you are exempted in those papers.
Just can handle the foundation questions.
So, the first question was, if you are an existing beneficiary for the HELB loan, do you qualify for the KASNEB Foundation loan? And the direct answer is yes. Why? Because these are 2 different products. There's HELB, the organization that gives those loans for undergraduate courses and all these other courses that people are doing. And then there's the KASNEB Foundation, a separate legal entity from HELB, just partnering with HELB for that aspect of assisting us administer. Because that loan administration system is quite an involving system that we do not have at KASNEB, but through partnership, we are able to give loans to deserving students for KASNEB Foundation loans. So yes, you can get that. And I'm also advised if the issue is because of the institution you are in, then the institution needs to update. Then the very good question from, I didn't get your name, sorry.
They call me Faresh.
They call you?
Faresh.
Faresh. Now unajiita aje? Eh?
I'm sorry, no, when parents give names.
No. They call me.
Yes.
It's not I am called.
I am Odero.
Oh, okay. Odero.
Yeah.
Odero, asante sana kwa maswali yako. Umeuliza malipo ya polepole. So currently, I need to be honest, we do not have that option of installment payment. But you raised a very good point about having a product. And it's true. It doesn't mean that just because I'm working, I have endless resources. I still need a small push. So the KASNEB Foundation has listened to that. This is not working on a product similar to the one of HELB, and we have HELB as our partner to guide us through. And soon we'll be able to also offer loans. Back to James, so that you continue with another round. But James, also please talk about my loft.
Thank you. Maybe before we go to another round of questions, I can briefly talk about my loft. And my loft here is online learning services which you have, which documents which you require for studying your course. So maybe you can share the link where you can access this material. Maybe you can take some more questions. Any other questions?
I also
In the other room. So, any questions? There seems to be no other questions.
So I hope we are not locking anyone else out. Okay.
Another question concerning collection of certificate.
Yes.
You said we can go physically at KASNEB Tower, so we can send an email. But I've been trying to send an email, there is no notification, there is no communication. How can I be able to?
June, you take that one? I don't want to lock anyone else out. Any other question? This is a rare opportunity for KASNEB to be here on ground. Yes, please.
Yes, I'm asking this. Let's say I'm doing the CPA foundation level. How many trials am I given for the 6 papers? Yes. Because maybe I have 2 papers. I've made almost 3 trials, but I'm unable to pass them. So, how many trials are there? So that I can give what point?
Stop. We can close at that because I'm seeing it's also lunchtime and okay, yes. Maybe I can give you this one.
I was asking, let me say your session, you fail and you feel like you are able to go to the bed and the stage. You feel like you're not supposed to fail. Can you apply for a remark? And you apply for a remark and they remark it that you passed. Is there any remedy for you? There is a good take on this.
So let's take those ones. June, please answer for me the first 2 and answer the last one.
Just to remind me the one on email?
Yes.
And
She's
the
saying
second one was? The second one?
The second one was how many times can I try again?
Okay, thank you. So about certificates and the request sent on email, let me just confirm that we actively look at that email to check the requests. But I want you to understand that when you request for your certificate, somebody has to go to the file, and ideally what we do, we print the request, then we go to the file to confirm, is there a certificate for this person? If not, has this person really qualified for the certificate? Because we get instances where somebody will request for a certificate, yet they have not maybe finished the whole level. So, and a mistake that is general is that some students missed out the correct email address. So, madam, who was that? Yes, we will confirm whether you've been using the correct email address, which is certificates@kasneb.or.ke. Most of the time people omit the S, they just write certificate. And it is not until when they'll call us, then when we check, we see we have not received the email, and then when they forward, we confirm that they were not using the correct email address. So that one we confirm, yeah. The next one is about how long should you continue doing the exam until you pass. These days, KASNEB has changed. You know, in the past, if you failed a paper 5 consecutive times, you are given that opportunity to repeat until you pass. If you don't, then you are required to resit the whole section, if it was a section those days. But now, you are given an opportunity to continue doing the same paper that you are failing until the day you will pass. There is credit retention for the others that you have already passed. But of course, you are not now taking the course so that you have an indefinite time of passing the exam. And maybe just to remind you that the KASNEB examinations require a lot of preparation and. Thank you.
Thank you so much, June. In short, what we are saying, it would not be in good order. I start my KASNEB examinations, I get a baby, the baby comes and joins me doing those examinations. No, please, give it your best, finish the examinations. Our aspiration is you finish the examinations and they start helping you to do your professional work. Then the question that was asked about remark. Yes, we allow for remarking. And let me also just say, it's not a very usual thing in many examinations bodies. You can check on online all over the world. So it's a very, I remember there's a time we went to India, and you can imagine in that accent they asked me, what are you saying? You allow? They don't. So it's something we have allowed, but I can assure you, I don't know if anyone here knows someone whose paper was remarked and passed, if there's anyone. Kunai, atoe ushahidi. Marking is so thorough. By the way, it is so thorough, and you ukianguka, amini umeanguka. But in the unlikely, highly unlikely event that there was an error that marked that paper, because the process that paper goes through before you receive your final result, let me assure you, it is foolproof. That if this person misses, there's another one, there's another one, there's another one. That question comes 1 + 1, you confidently write 3, and you think it's the right thing. Ensure you have the right syllabuses. And as James has said, we've become so automated. Our syllabuses are online. Once you become a student, access the syllabuses. As the teacher is teaching, rudi nyumbani jioni uone, is that a concept what is the concept in the syllabus? We have for reference materials, is that how it has been presented? So also take initiative to ensure that you're giving your best as you study these KASNEB courses. And I am sure you, I guarantee you, you will not miss a job after KASNEB courses, and in the unlikely event you miss, you have the skills to start your own business and manage. I've been in Ubers, I've called people for photography, and they tell me, do you know I'm a KASNEB student? And I'm just amazed, because they didn't just wait to become accountants. They started their own businesses. And the skills they got from KASNEB is what has enabled them to sustain and grow their businesses. So that is all we have from KASNEB. I want to close it here and to thank you so very much for coming out to listen to us. We hope we have inspired you, and we wish you every success as you pursue KASNEB courses. We now want you to be our ambassadors. You know which products we offer, you know how to register, get financial assistance if you do not have the funding that is required. Now be our ambassador and make sure you're spreading the gospel so that everybody has heard this news even if they did not attend. And we are always available. Look on our social media pages, our website, call us, write emails to us, and we'll do our very best to respond. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much for the insightful information that you have. Let me call this. As it comes, I know most students when they come always want CPA. So I think now you know the other courses that you can do other than CPA, which are more beneficial. I want to say more beneficial because there are courses like CQP. For those who are maybe teachers, I know there are some Tombera students here who are doing teaching. It is very important for you to have CQP. Also those who are in doing, I'm talking this because I had, so there is that combination that you can have. It is not always good for you to have an academic program. You are always supposed to mix it with a professional program, and also register with a professional body. Before we invite the CPA convener, Homa Bay County. CPA convener is like the head of the CPAs in Homa Bay. Okay? So I'd like to invite CPA Harvey to come and say it.
Our visitors from KASNEB, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Yes, my name is CPA Harvey Maron. 9 to 5 at the Institute for this great achievement. For the KASNEB students, initially you had to travel all the way up to Rongo or Kisii or Kisumu to take your exams. So it is here, especially for students coming from Tom Mboya, it's going to be very easy. Unatoka shule ama unatoka hostel, unakuja exam center, unafanya, hakuna interruption. Our time, ulikuwa ukipata barua from the CEO Nduati, ulikuwa unafungua hiyo barua, unaambia mtu hebu nisomee hapo. You have to check. CPA is a very, very good course. I began from CPA. Then after that, I did my degree without attending any class. I've done my MBA without attending any class. I'm registered for my PhD. Go through it in a good way, without shortcuts. Then you're set for the rest of your life. Otherwise, welcome and thank you so much.
Development. So I want to for you are so lucky that you can do it as many times as you want. Sisi ulikuwa nakuja pass moja, fail mbili, unaambiwa repeat all in that moment. Na mka saa 10 nafikia haya sijasoma nitafail. But tuko hapa. So I don't know how to invite him. He goes by many names, but he's my friend. I don't know the best way. I don't know the other is for let him invite you. So that it's been good.
Okay, allow me to at this point, Mheshimiwa. I think that is the easiest I can call it. That is a Mheshimiwa. Karibu sana. The rest of your names you can now tell us. Thank you.
Good afternoon. That is the official name. I've been invited by now the founder of Profia, CPA Kevin, who is a good friend. I remember one day, and that is when he came up with this idea of starting a Profia Institute. So I am a very great founder of Profia Institute, having graduated from Rice University and majored in initiating and planning. Besides that, we used to have our classrooms when it was Maseno. So right now it is Tom Mboya. So I also pursued my undergraduate. I have been certified as a financial professional by the Corporate Finance Institute, and I've specialized in financial planning and wealth management. I am a valuation analyst, and I've not stopped from there. I also hold MBA in finance, Tom Mboya University. Let us build Profia Institute, as the vision is to be a first-class business college office in Homa Bay. So they find it difficult to call me just by one name, is that as we can see Kenya right now, things are not good, and the only people who are able to shape, to be informed about how we can run this economy. And therefore, all we need in Kenya, it's all about economic liberation. Kenya got independence because we don't have money in our pockets. How will you know that we don't have money? Because we have the low purchasing power. So because of all this economy, so that not just the lights, because in Kenya we are over 50 million, but when you Google how many billionaires do we have,
Let's know how to spend. We are going to do businesses. KRA will want you to pay. How do you pay that tax? With the right determination and focus, then we can help put Kenya to the best destination that we really desire our society. My brother here, just come and wave. He is also an accountant. So mimi nimemalizia hapo, hata mimi nitawaita nyumbani. You also come over and those who are unable to reach here. Thank you.
Yes, I believe it's in the afternoon. The work that is going on here is something we proudly associate ourselves with because we passed through these systems. I can assure you. So it's our best, of course, interest with the team to encourage you and ask you to take this seriously and support the team, support the institute, and work together with a lot of things. If you meet us out there, tuombe tu tuendelee vizuri. Asanteni sana.
I've also seen my undergraduate classmate who is just making a phone call. Yeah.
So now you can see, amongst my peers, I am the least. So I always tell them that I want to go back to school.
Now we were sharing some days back. He requested for my papers, and having checked them, I just found that he had also registered me to be a CPA student. And not just me alone. My madam also did undergraduate Masinde Muliro. Tena amefanya because of him. So we are challenging one another. So to my fellow students, I'm also a student, and we are going to sit for those exams together.
Yes, all those things, he is still my student. So if you see him, I think in the next 3 weeks, just equalize. Man. It is going to make us equal, serious. But it has got no equal. Sasa, I think you see now, I'm a little bit strong. If there's no 10,000, I have 3 people here that will come here 10 or 20. So I have to call my spiritual friend, Pastor Walter.
Okay, my name is Walter Chen. I was ordained in 2010, so I'm a reverend. But I came to Homobe God for the changes that are taking place in Homobe. That you're coming here, I say God loves us. Because this place was like, it was forgotten those days. But I left, I used to work with Mr. Better. And I decided to retire early. So, and I went to pastor of 2002. So we are grateful to have KASNEB in this place to change, transform life. So first at University College, now it's Tomboya. So what I can say is you can also have a lot of profit. It's very easy to just go the same way. We have seen others going. So it is also good to have reconnect to your Creator, because it's only one who can check the heart of a human being. So things are running well. So I appreciate the fact that KASNEB has tried very much, because I've seen a lot of those who are involved in KASNEB. So I'm grateful for being invited to this place. And mine was just to say that as you pursue other areas, also reconnect. He has taken the step to start such a college. I'm grateful that he's very practical and adding some value in the lives of people here. Thank you so much. Anything else?
They know the journey, because I always tell them about the journey. So the journey rotates in those 3 areas that I've told you. The next person who I'll invite, I think he's outside there. So when I was doing CPA, he was ahead of me, lakini kamaliza mbele yake. And he calls me for consultation. What I say kabla kuja. You see, kwa sababu yeye ndio mkubwa. Let's say something about just something. I know you're listening the other side. Then I was honor of ensuring that we are walking this journey in terms of compliance and also having us as an moving forward as we even embark with our students and ensure that they are up to date with the current affairs as far as the KASNEB issues are concerned. And to our students, pumping knowledge the best way we know. As per the history, we have always had a good performance. I am, you see how I'm not so fat, but I'm well built. And that's why I say that he is like the owner of the school, because anytime to nimekwama, I consult anyone you see me calling. So these are the owners of the school that we have around. And one more person, then refreshment break, then we move to the next session. Paul? There is a reason why I'm calling Paul. There is one person who was supposed to come here. You know, this is supposed to be a 7-year celebration of Profia Institute. I didn't want to, we were only 2 students for 2 semesters. And the name of the school was not supposed to be called Profia Institute. The name, the name went to saying Profia Institute as the first option instead of Canopy Institute. And that's how the name, I know most of you ask us, how comes you have Profia Consultants and Profia Institute? Their wish 001 was here because he brought the first 40 students to be part of Profia Institute. Oh, I was calling you just to say hi. You know, people will see you around and they ask yourself, are you a director? Are you a lecturer? Who are you? I know most of the students ask themselves, who is this guy who just pops up? He can pop up into a class and start teaching. What on a it's a good report. Just to say hi or anything that is in your heart.
Hi everyone. Hi. Okay. I'm Paul. We started this journey together with Kelvin sometimes back. It has been a journey. We walked through it together, and that is why at times the students, you see me unequally engaged in other areas apart from Profia. I work in county government, finance. So I want to congratulate and appreciate our guests, KASNEB, for the support they have given us. Today is a big day for us. It's a dream come true, and we hope and we look forward for a bigger growth, so that, and we are so grateful. Thank you.
Amen. So next time, next time if you come, this will be a university. Amen? Amen. Very nice. Yeah? Then I think we'll have those in foundation level. You can assist us to give refreshments to the guests and also to the other students. I think that is.
Hana. Na yun uwan. This one? I was asking for it. We found
Good afternoon once again, ladies and gentlemen. Our guests have arrived and we would like to request Pastor to lead us in our word of prayer. Once again.
Our God and our Heavenly Father, we want to thank you for this day that you made it possible for us to be in this place. Thank you for bringing our guests safely to Homa Bay. We want to thank God for even what has gone before they came. And we just want to commit this time into your hand, praying that Lord, your presence will be with us. Thank you, Lord, for what they're going to speak with us. Let's pray, Father, let your grace flow through them. And what they're going to speak will transform our lives, the way we think, the way we do things. So we declare this meeting blessed because of us inviting your presence. This I pray in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated. Yes, so finally we are here and I can see a few smiles. A few smiles on the faces. Yes, I can see a few smiles. Except at the back, I'm not seeing any smiles. Good afternoon over there. Good afternoon over there. Karibu sana. To our guests, Professor, karibu sana, together with your team. And the KASNEB team, thank you for the job that you guys have done since morning. Now we know so much about KASNEB. Our students didn't know a lot of things. But now we even know that you have a foundation. We didn't know that earlier. Yeah, somebody here didn't know that KASNEB has a foundation, and we truly appreciate. At this point, because time is fast spent, I want to delve straight into the program by doing a very quick introduction just for the benefit of our chief guest, so that he gets to know who is in the room. We have a very rich audience. Rich in the sense that we have people who are looking forward to joining the profession in a couple of years from today. We have high school students who are yet to do their exams, and once they are done, then we hope that they are going to be accountants or company secretaries. Our students from Godkokech School, where are you? Please just wave. Yes. A good number of you will in a few years become FCPAs, okay? But you have to work towards that. So, thank you very much. We also have students from Profia Institute of Professional. Where are you? Do we have students from Profia? Muko? I thought I would really see broad faces smiling, because this is the day we have been waiting for. You know, in the past, Professor, we have had to send students to Rongo University to go and sit their exams there. We have had to send students to Kisumu, and we have had to send students to Kisii to go and do their exams. We truly appreciate that KASNEB has seen it fit to have this as KASNEB Examination Center, and so our students are not going to go far. They will do their exams here at home. Mtu anatoka nyumbani, anakuja anafanya mtihani na anarudi. I remember sometimes back when somebody I was sponsoring was doing exams, I had to pay for accommodation in Kisumu, transport, and kila kitu for 3 days. You can imagine accommodation in Kisumu na wewe ulikuwa tu hapa village. So it's expensive for our learners, and we hope that that is going to give us a real relief. Very quickly, I want to go to the management, and I would request the director, CPA Kelvin, to come and introduce the members of management. My name is Dan Martin. I am just Mutu wa Mkono, who chairs the board. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Asante sana. I have my management. I know some of them are maybe handling one or two things. We have the principal, who is Dennis Willis. I don't know if he's in the crowd or he's handling some of the issues. We have one of the directors, who is also a lecturer, CPA Paul Langa. CPA Paul Langa is a director and also a lecturer at Profia Institute. We have, I'm trying to look for them, probably they are outside. But we have CPA Okello, CPA Okello Rezi, CPA Okello in charge of finance and one of the directors. We also have another Okello who is teaching economics. He's in the room. He's not in the room. Suppose he's the one who teaches economics. We have Samson. Samson is in charge of CAMS and ATD. Yes, we have Samson. Mr. Samson, maybe you can raise and wave. We have Samson in charge of that. We have someone in charge of student affairs. We have John Sitao, who is in charge of student affairs. I think those are the ones that are inside the room. All in all, I expected to have some of the board members who are also held up in other meetings. But I hope that as they come in, we'll be able to introduce them, and also some of the lecturers that are maybe they're held up in one or two things that you are doing today. So I'd like to invite you, but maybe you can proceed. I'd like also to recognize the presence of our CPA convener, Omabe. Maybe if you can say a word, then we can proceed.
Thank you very much once again to Professor Letin, who's also a KASNEB member at ISPAC. Karibu sana. This is Homa Bay. Yes, the county of endless potential. To the students, this is a very rare opportunity. From 1969, 57 years ago, we've only had about 5 CEOs of KASNEB. I finished my CPA without ever seeing or setting eyes on Mr. Nduat. I only met his signature on my last paper. But here you are, you're seeing the CEO of KASNEB, who's left his very nice office in Upper Hill, Nairobi, to come and grace this occasion. You have no reason to fail. It's either you go and pass or you don't fail. So, it's either you pass or, yes. It's either you pass or you don't fail. And once you're done with your KASNEB exams, don't stop at that point. Professor, we have a lot of CPA finalists who are not members of this fund. I'd like to encourage you that once you're done with exams, unaoitwa CPA Malombo kama mimi, you don't get that title from KASNEB, you get that title from ISPAC. You register, you become a member, then now you become a member of ISPAC, which has a lot of benefits. So, karibuni sana, feel encouraged. Professor, congratulations for this milestone. This is a first in Homa Bay. As the previous speaker said, students have had to travel to other areas to take the exams, which has a cost effect. And all these areas from Kisii, Migori, Nyamira, all came from Homa Bay. Homa Bay was the headquarters. So this is very commendable. Asante sana, and we hope to collaborate and take this profession to greater heights. Thank you.
Thank you very much. At this point, now I want to hand over the program back to KASNEB so that the leaders in doing a quick introduction, and then we will hand over to the representative of the County Director of Education. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's appreciate them. Thank you very much. So at this point, allow me to introduce members of staff from KASNEB. Let me just rise so that you can be seen. Members of staff from KASNEB. So these are members of staff from KASNEB. Members of staff from KASNEB, maybe you can sit. Then allow me, CEO, to take this opportunity to introduce maybe some of the directors who are here. We have Dr. Kien Chumo. This is the director in charge of business development and partnership at KASNEB. We have Dr. Francis Nyango Okubu. He is the director in charge of accreditation and quality assurance. And myself, I'm Dr. Edwin Obungu, CS. Dr. Edwin Obungu. I'm in charge of curriculum and test development at KASNEB. So without wasting time, allow me to invite the sub-county director of education to say something, and thereafter welcome our CEO to say something. Karibu sana.
Yeah, thank you so much, Daktari. Prof. Karibu Homa Bay. The KASNEB community that is here, the Profia team. Good afternoon. My name is Hesbon Nyagaka. I'm a director of education, but I serve at Ndiwa sub-county. Prof, I want to thank you so much for coming, because this one certified that you have faith in the center that we are commissioning today. It's a certified center to be doing examination from KASNEB. When you look at me, well, I'm a beneficiary of KASNEB. My wife is a lawyer, and she decided. Yes. Up to she's a the school was something K. Yeah, she went to it and she has done several other small courses. To East Park as well, or they belong to a different body. There's a different body for them because I normally hear them, talk on phone. So I'm a beneficiary. So I brag, I have those rights I have the rights to brag. So I want to thank you so much and just encourage. With education, examination integrity is key. You cannot be, because you people, you will be dealing now with issues with money. I'm told that people who deal with money look at money as papers. They don't put value in them because you are handling other people's finances. They become money when they are in your pocket. So integrity is key so that you are able to deal with what you are supposed to do when you will join us. And I'm told that if you do your final exam and you don't register with ISPAC, then you become a quack. You can only be identified as somebody who has gone to school when you are a member of ISPAC. That's what they are saying. So finishing an exam without being a member, then it does not give you the rights to go around and say, me, I'm a CPA when it has not been awarded to you. So Prof being here is to affirm that Profia is now a center where you will gain all those from here at home. Thank you so much. It is your day. Let me have the pleasure to invite you to give your remarks, to give your speech. Thank you so much. Karibu sana, Prof.
Okay. Thank you. You can be seated. And our pastor, I'm brought up in a very strong Christian background. Our pastor, our director of education in the sub-county of Liwa, and the students here who are here from Profia, Institute of Professionals, my colleagues from KASNEB. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I know we have been waiting for some time, and I will not take a lot of time. Onyemekaga has already done what I would have wanted to say, as well as the chairman and the CEO, and of course a member of ISPAC here. I'm happy to be here. At KASNEB, we promote integrity of examinations. Exams are prepared for the exam. And once they are prepared for the exam, then they come and just show the exam marker, the marking scheme, by just writing what they have read and what the examiner is asking for. So we ask for questions within the syllabus. So what we would like to encourage all of us here is to study the examination. We have 3 sittings in examinations, April, August, and December. And we normally tell students you don't have to register in all the sittings. Like for those who have been preparing from January, they are ready for August sitting and they have registered for it. Exams will be out in the next 3 weeks. We shall be administering the examinations in the next 3 weeks here. Allow me to thank you and congratulate the team from Profia. Mr. Dan Martin Otieno here, he used to be my colleague in church, Nairobi's where I worship, Nairobi's SDA church. And then when he told me that he was coming to the county, I was wondering what he was coming to the county. I thought people from the county are coming to Nairobi. But he said it was developed education. He developed education, and we really need to thank Dan Martin for being able to come. As if that was not enough, he came to my office another time and he refused to leave the office. And the reason he was telling me is because he wanted Profia to be accredited. You can clap for Dan Martin. So he insisted that, do you know that we don't have an accredited institution in Ogope? So you have a responsibility, that Martin, and your management of this institution, to ensure that your future cabinet have been in Duke Valley, we have been having president for very many years. You guys are shy. I don't know why you don't become a president. Maybe the president of the future is coming from this meeting. Secondly, allow me to say that as KASNEB, we are committed to ensuring that we have our centers, training institutions across the country. In fact, we have some outside the country. Some institutions in Cameroon, in Rwanda, in Burundi, in South Sudan, and other countries across the globe. We are planning to have some other centers in Ethiopia and in some other parts of the world. So we are here today to launch Profia Institute as an examination center in addition to being a training institution. You can clap for that, isn't it? Smile, yeah. Your name is Steve? Oh, Malombo. Avi Malombo. You can even see the name is very complicated. Sine Avi Malombo is a member of this park. Produced very many people from here, including FCPO Molo, who is also a council member with me at this park council. And we are very happy to note that we have over 40,000 members of this park. Belongs to an institute called Institute of Certified Public Sectors of Kenya, ICS. It's another small body with 5,000 members. But where Malombo belongs, has over 40,000 members, but they're not saying. But that doesn't mean that where she belongs is a small body. That's many lawyers, many other accountants of the institute, including myself and among other people. I've come here with Dr. Kubo, who is in charge of accreditation and quality assurance. He has told me that already this place is very good enough to be a center of exams. Thank you. I also come here with the director of curriculum development, Dr. Boom. Look at that for him. I come here with a CS lawyer who is a member of the same membership club with your wife. You will give her the details so you know. CS Joyce Afanda. And a number of my colleagues here. The director for research and business development here, the deputy director for ICT is here, and very many other people. So our examinations are computer-based. We are moving towards computer-based exams. But we still have a forum where we have people writing exams by hand. They write exams by hand. But in the future, we'll just come, we'll give you an examination center with a computer. And you sit down, we give you the computer. What you do with the computer is up to you. Whether you want to switch it off or you want to do something with it, it is up to you. So what we'll be doing is that we will allow you to access the computer using your biometrics. We already registered you using the biometrics, your fingers, your eyes, and your face. And there is no way two faces can be the same. My face and that of James Korea cannot be the same. Mine is just straight, naked round. So that's how you will come and see the exams. And at the back end, the director here will be seeing the students doing exams. And he's able to examine the students using what is called on-screen marking and or auto marking. That is the future of KASNEB we shall be having. So we encourage our students in Homa Bay and the Profia Institute to study very hard. If Homa Bay has produced a cabinet minister in charge of money in Kenya, it means you can produce more of such people or even better. So we hope that as we launch this center today, we look forward to a very successful center. How long have you been in place now as Profia? 3, 4 years? More than 4 years. You registered in 2022 there? It was registered in 2023. I remember you came to my office and you are pushing me to register. I was wondering why on earth, in fact, do you have a center? And then this is where it's a hotbed of scholars. But I think it's because of people studying in Nairobi and doing exams in Nairobi. So, to my colleagues who are here, please make sure we support Profia Institute to make sure that next time we come, they are no longer living in, working from a rented space, but they have their space. This Asia University started by offering a space in the Westland somewhere. You know KC University? KC University now is proud to have a piece of land owned by itself. They bought it from Standard Chartered Bank, and they have a facility which is now a university. It started by a small college in the 90s somewhere, quiet in the private. So the fact that you are here, you need to take a photograph of here, director and the chairman. You can take a photo of us now, and then in the future. The future, I want to come and see a big building belonging to Profia Institute, which will become a university. You are not even saying amen. The pastor is here. So we look forward to a growing institution, and you will need to partner. You can partner with KCA University, with Strathmore University, with RCM, those online places which teach online. Because I do not want you to restrict the number of students studying to be from around here only. But for the time being, they will be sitting exams from here, but they can be studying online, so that you get students as far as I've gone to a number of great institutions. There are some which have students abroad who when it is evening, a teacher is teaching in class here, but students are logging online, and they are studying and taking notes. So when they do exams, they say we are students of Profia Institute for Professionals. I want to encourage you like that, and pray that God gives you the grace and gives you the ability to be able to respond to the need of serving the people. The biggest desire and requirement of the world today is knowledge, and a very professional knowledge at that. Because they say that without knowledge, or my people, God says that my people perish because of what? Lack of knowledge. We do not want that to happen in our day, because we have the guys who have a vision to establish an institution like this, which has a future. And I like with the young people who are here, your future is very bright, because some of us, we discovered, I was telling someone the other day when I was in the universities, when I discovered there was something called CPA. So I discovered it was used in June and December. So June people disappeared. I have of our class. I later on discovered that I got to KASNEB to do exams. And then I registered for KASNEB exams later on and became a student. Now I became a member of ISPAC and finally became a CEO of KASNEB. So without much ado, because we are going to another center in the other side, we have been many things this morning. From Kisumu, we have seen so many institutions. Even in Omar Bay, we have seen, and we have just come from what is called the Omar Bay Education Forum, which has so many teachers outside there. So we have, before I wind up, and just remember that we have a foundation. Madam Martin and Malibu, should you require any support, financial support for people who want to do CPA or CS or CIFA or CISE or any of those qualifications as procured there, please access the foundation. Mr. Sinda, you can look up Kevin. Kevin Munyalo here is in charge of, is part of the foundation, and she's going to available. Make sure you are available. Akili, inside of Akili Keki, she's also from this side, and she works in Nairobi as the treasurer of the foundation. These two people, together with me and the other members here, CPA. 2, the certified secretary CS. 3, the Certified Information System Solutions Expert, CISE. 6, Diploma in Data Management and Analytics, DDMA. 7, Diploma in Computer Networks and Systems Administration, DCNCSA. And then 8, Certificate in Accounting and Management Skills Panels. Ladies and gentlemen, this certificate is valid up to 31st January 2031.
Congratulations. You can clap. Then Dr. Chimo, you can join. And Dr. Bungu, you can also join. CPA Keke, she booked from this region, so she can also join. Yeah, and Senior James, you can also join.
So, you're done? Maybe. Thank you. So all the best. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, you put the password. It's good to have it. She comes ready. Thank you.
Wow. Wow. This is like a dream. Most best to just ensure that our college is one that makes KASNEB. We want to see you come again. We want to see you come again for good reasons, not for any bad reason. Truly, we appreciate, and the next thing we are going to do launch the center out at the reception where we are going to sign and open the plate by Professor Beting, and then we will also have a memorable time by sharing something out there. Whatever we are going to share, I don't want to say, but we will share something out there at least. Is that right? Yeah, so I think I will section so that we usually thank you so much.
A few students of Profia can come, and maybe two students from education can also come. Yes. Yes, sir.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Our Heavenly Father, we thank you, Lord, for
dedicate this college to you, asking God to oversee it. Because when we learn to live opportunity, God will take the responsibility of working with it. Let's pray for its success. Because now it is being off. God will take it. Playing it. The present will, and moving the spirit to the church. Providing safety. Okay, so now
That's all.
And on top of that, still there's a cake just to celebrate this special occasion. Like the directors of Profia and the CEO to celebrate.
Celebration is not complete without swallowship.
Yes. Fellowship, yes.
Why don't we encourage them?
Kata keki tukule sasa. Kata keki tukule sasa. Kata keki. Kata keki. Kata keki tukule sasa. Tunasema asante Baba. Tunasema asante Baba. Asante na asante sana. Tunasema asante Baba.
Yes. This is the first time I've seen a cake in the presentation ceremony like that's like standardized.
So we are going to invite the manager that's serving to feed our guest of honor. Because I'm told that people are in a hurry, hatutakuwa na shamra mingi. I just want anybody who is in a KASNEB shirt. Would you like to? Yes. Please just spread out, and I think the CEO is a tall man. Can do it like
This is the first game. It's a nice game.
Yes,
so the Profia team can spread this around. This.
gani? Kubali na chaji chini.
Yes. He is officially